High school sports is off the air and online. It's the Albuquerque Tigers baseball team hosting Red Wing, and we are at Hayek Field with all the festivities for you online only tonight, with senior nights going on the air, and the Glenville Emmons seniors spending their time there. We have baseball action on our website, kqprfm.com, video and audio, as well as look it up on YouTube. Just search for Power 96. You'll find it there. And we're also on our Facebook site, which is facebook.com/Power96MN. You can get the video and audio of all the games coming up here, high school action that we have. It's a new thing we've added to our arsenal here. And once senior nights is over after next week, it'll be on the radio and online of those outlets there that I just described. We got to thank our Sports Boosters Club for being with us here and making these games possible to broadcast. On the Spot Appliance Service, Thompson Sanitation, Mapleton Marine, Geneva Lumber Company, and Albuquerque Seed House Garden Center, as well as a special thanks to T&W Towing, Becker Auto and RV in Hayward, Derek's Preferred Auto, Northbridge Mall, and Freeborn County Solid Waste. The Big Nine standings about midway through the season now find Mankato West leading the way in conference play and overall. They're 3-0 in the conference, 6-0 overall. Owatonna is 5-1 in Big Nine games. Northfield 4-2, and then there's Mankato East and Red Wing tied at 3-2. Winona and John Marshall are 3-3. Albuquerque at 2-3 in the conference, but they are 4-3 overall. That 4-3 is the fifth best overall record in the Big Nine. But in Big Nine games only, they are 2-3 and near the bottom of the standings. 2-3 tied with Rochester Mail. Faribault at 2-4, and Rochester Century 1-5, with Austin bringing up the rear at 1-5. Albuquerque coming off a 5-2 win over Austin on Tuesday in a non-conference matchup. The second game you play with a team in your conference is considered non-conference for some reason, but they do that. And as far as Red Wing, they haven't played since the 20th when they beat Rochester Mayo 6-3. These two teams did play on April 10th in Red Wing, with the Wingers shutting out the Tigers 8-0. So payback on the minds of the Tigers tonight here at Hayek Field. Beautiful weather for baseball action here tonight. Let's bring in Sean Gaston, who is the head coach there for the Tigers baseball team. And what are we're kind of getting there towards midseason, aren't we?
We are, Jay. It's sort of snuck up on us, but we're past that third of the way mark and getting ready to get right into a sort of teeth of the season here, although a bunch of games coming up the next 2-3 weeks.
No, am I right? You've won 4 in a row?
Yeah, we're on a good streak here. Really proud of the effort the boys have put in. Their focus, their intensity has just really increased, and ultimately to us, that's the big goal, because wins and losses throughout the season, that can vary on a lot of things, but you bring the right approach every day, and good things happen.
Now, yeah, because you started the season with 3 losses and now with 4 wins in a row, and that's got to get the confidence going. And I know that you owe Red Wing one, and that's the opponent tonight. They beat you there 8-0 on the 10th of April. So a little payback in mind.
That would be great, Jay. I would love that. We got a little bit of revenge against Austin after that opening day loss, and we picked that up on Tuesday. Games against Red Wing, in many ways, that's a program that we try to emulate, and that they're always just so fundamentally sound. They do things the right way, and they force you to beat them rather than beating themselves. So we're in for a tough challenge tonight, but I'm excited to see how we play and what we can do against them.
Yeah, they're a little bit ahead of you in the conference standings at 3-2, but you actually your overall record is 4-3, and that's 5th best in the Big Nine for overall record. In fact, you're just a step ahead of Red Wing in that sense. So you're right there, man. You're a player.
We are, and that's one of the things we've been trying to get the boys to fully embrace, is that we can play with anyone if we bring our full game to bear. And that's what we've seen a little bit in the last 2 weeks is we beat some really good competition competition because our guys are locked in and they're taking care of the basic parts of the game. And ultimately, that's truly what high school baseball is about: is can you play catch? Can you put together good at bats? And we've been doing that.
Well, I like the fact that you don't give up a whole lot of runs. That means your pitching and defense is doing well. And Tom Kelly will tell you, pitching and defense wins championships.
It's true. It's true, 100%. Especially that man on the mound, he dictates a lot of stuff for you.
So who's on the hill tonight for you?
We're going to go with Carter Miller. He's thrown the ball well lately. He'll get a little chance for revenge against Red Wing. He started that game out there, and he threw the ball well there. The first outing of the year, so I expect him to be a little bit sharper this time. And it's truly going to be a team effort. We're going to have to go to the pin, sometime eventually. We've been very lucky that we've had a lot of deep starts by our starters, but we know we're going to need arms to get through sections, so tonight might be a good night to get some of those bullpen arms going to give them some innings. Yeah,
exactly. And how are you? I know the high school itself has had quite the problem here lately with COVID. How's the team doing?
So far, we're surviving as best we can, so hopefully we can keep that going in the next for the next stretch and keep it going through the rest of the season.
Okay, so everybody's all hands on deck for tonight?
We're going to go all hands on deck. So, we'll throw out there, and, as we tell the boys all the time, you got to be ready to play, and, we'll find out every role is important sometime tonight.
And, of course, we are not on the radio tonight because we have senior nights going on, but we are online on our website, and we have audio and video from now on out for all your games. So you could actually use that as going over film with the boys, see their performances, and, yeah.
There we go.
Because that'll stay on there. Those games stay on our website for 1 year. So
we'll tell them that, they're internet stars now.
There you go. World Wide Web, man. They have relatives anywhere in Arizona or wherever, Timbuktu. They can actually, with an internet access, they can watch the games. So it does open up a lot of possibilities there. But as soon as senior nights are over, we'll have you on the air again, too. But, hey, good luck tonight, and get that revenge from Red Wing.
Will do. Thank you, Jay.
And we're live here from Highfield, and it is one out here in the top of the first for Red Wing as Deso Buck grounded out to third, and it was Henry Agam to Trevor Ball for the first out. Now Reese Tripp is up second, junior catcher for the Wingers, and the count is 0-1, and he skies one to left. Sun is a factor here in the outfield, but nicely played out there by Blake Olvey. It's the first time I've seen him play the outfield, but he's an athlete. He can do that. He's playing out there because Carter Miller is pitching for Albert Lee tonight. Jack Jellinger and Blake Olvey are usually the starters there. Jellinger's going to play shortstop, and then Olvey out in left tonight. So 2 up and 2 down for Carter Miller. And he will face Drew Ball, the junior DH for the Red Wingers. He's actually pitching tonight, but also DHing for Christian Kaler, who is a shortstop for Red Wing. So a fly ball to left and a ground out to third, and now the count is 1-1 to Drew Ball. Is there any relation to the Balls in town here? I don't think. No. We're thinking not up here in the press box. Any relation to Lucille Ball? I'm just joking. That's how to play to the right side, and it's 1-2. Two down, nobody on. Top of the first. Deso Buck, Reese Tripp, Drew Ball, the top 3 batters. Then Evan Petersmeyer is cleanup batter, playing first tonight for Red Wing. Cooper Chandler is the center fielder, batting 5th. Mitch Seeley bats 6th, and he is the right fielder. And that was ripped in the gap to left and all the way to the fence. Picked up out there by Olvey, but a stand-up double for Drew Ball. And the first hit of the ball game. And that brings up Evan Petersmeyer, the senior first baseman, with a runner in scoring position, 2 down. Mitch Seeley, as I mentioned, was batting 6th. Tyler Rogers will bat 7th. He's the second baseman. Aiden Borgen, the third baseman, will bat 9th. And Christian Kaler is playing shortstop and not batting. Swing and a miss. Lefty Petersmeyer swings through that one, and it's 0-1. And around defensively, I mentioned Blake Olvey out in left. Brendan Bakken is out in center for Albert Lee with Caden Jensen in right. Trevor Ball playing first. Cam Davis at second. Jack Jellinger at short. Henry Eggum is at third. Cody Yokel catching for Carter Miller. And the lefty Miller to the lefty Petersmeyer, and it's another strike. So 1-2 is the count to Evan. Cooper Chandler on deck should Petersmeyer reach. And the pitch is on the way and foul down the first base line. Still 1-2 with 2 down. You can, of course, if you're listening to us, we have several ways to do it. You can tell people who are out of the area that from now on we'll be doing video and audio of sports games that we do on the radio. Can't do it on the radio tonight with senior nights, but we are on kqprfm.com. That's probably the best way to watch it for our vantage point with no interruptions. Sometimes Facebook cuts in and out, but that's usually a good connection to it. Facebook.com/Power96MN. And there's a strikeout to end the inning. First K for Miller. And 4 up and 3 down for Red Wing. And also you can go to Power 96 YouTube channel. Just go to youtube.com and search for us, Power 96. And information is available at Twitter, on Twitter, at Power 96MN. Bottom of the first, we'll see Drew Ball take the mound for Red Wing. He'll face Brennan Bakken, the junior center fielder. Batting second is Trevor Ball, the senior first baseman. Jack Jellinger, the senior shortstop, goes third. The cleanup batter is Blake Olvey, the senior left fielder tonight. The senior right fielder is Caden Jensen. He'll bat fifth. Sixth is Cam Davis, the junior second baseman. Cody Yokel bats seventh, the senior catcher. Ethan Ball is the senior DH tonight. And Henry Eggum bats ninth. He's the junior third baseman. Carter Miller pitches and is not batting tonight to start with anyway. Maybe if he gets switched around, he'll get some at-bats, but we shall see how it goes with Drew Ball taking his last warm-up pitches. No score here in the bottom of the first from Hayek Field. Beautiful night for baseball. A lot of sunshine from center field to left. Right field is mostly in the shade out there. And as far as the infield, shortstop is the brightest part. Well, there's a part out there by second base between first and second that's in the sunshine. But for the most part, the field is shaded. Wind is blowing from left field. That's blowing right out to right field, right center, and quite strong. So you get one in the air that way by the scoreboard, and it could go a long way. It's 343 to the gap there, right where the flagpole is, and 314 down the right field line. 360 to dead center. 350 is that, or 60 out there in the gap to left, and 323 down the line in left field. Home runs are rare in high school, but they do happen. Get some inside the Parkers like we had in softball on Tuesday in their win over Austin. Bakken will lead things off here for Albert Lee. Scoreless, bottom of the first. 4 batters faced Carter Miller in the top of the inning, and now Drew Ball will face the Tigers. And Red Wing coming off their 8-0 win over Albert Lee on April 10th. This is a non-conference game. The second conference game against a conference opponent is considered non-conference, but it will count in the overall standings as Drew Ball throws strike one and loses his cap in the process. And he winds and fires the big right-hander. That one's hit off the pitcher's glove towards second. Gloved there by Tyler Rogers and gets it to Evan Petersmeyer at first for the out. One down on a 4-3 putout.
Batting for the Tigers, number 33, first baseman Trevor Ball.
Trevor Ball is the senior first baseman for Albert Lee. Coming up to bat. The big right-hander steps in. And the first delivery from ball to ball is outside a ball. A ball from ball to ball, and we're having a ball at the old ballpark. I could go on forever, but I won't. There's a little dust devil going through the infield there, right into the second baseman's face, as Trevor knocks one through the infield to left, and a solid base hit. 1 on, 1 out for Jack Jellinger. Senior shortstop has run around first here. Around the defense for Red Wing, Diesel Buck in left, Cooper Chandler out in center, Mitch Seeley's the right fielder, Evan Peters-Meyer at first, Tyler Rogers at second, Christian Kaler at short, Aiden Borgen at third, and Reese Tripp is catching Drew Ball. That one is foul tip back by the fence here, and it's 0-1 to Jellinger. 1 out, 1 on. Bottom of the first, scoreless here from Hayek Field between Albert Lee and Red Wing. Red Wing in their purple jerseys and white pants. Albert Lee in the dark blues, tops and white bottoms. Jellinger has a 1-1 count now. Drew Ball takes a look at first to Trevor Ball and now delivers home. Loses his hat again. He's got to get a tighter hat. And that is a ball two. 2-1 to Jack. He's going to get tired of picking up his hat after every pitch. And he sets, checks first, delivers, hat goes off, but he does get that grounder, turns and fires to second for the lead runner out, and no, the ump says he pulled his foot off the bag at first, so Jack Jellinger's safe there, but they do get Trevor Ball, the lead runner, at second for the second out. So Jellinger reaches on a fielder's choice, but they got the out at second, and now a runner at first with 2 out for Blake Olvey, the senior, playing left field tonight. And that's the first one. He ducks for the first pitch. I think it was a breaking ball that did break late, but Blake was just being careful there. Trevor Lawrence, by the way, went number 1 in the NFL draft, finally. That's a shocker to Jacksonville. I won't do every pick, but I'll keep you updated on the NFL draft so you don't have to switch back and forth if you don't want to. 2-0 now to Blake Olvey. Actually, I had him. Okay, that's right. It's 2-0. 2 out, 1 on. No score. Bottom of the first. That's outside and low for ball 3. He should wrap his mask around the hat and keep that in place. 3-0 to Blake Olvey, and that is a ball as well. He walks him on 4 straight. That's runners at first and second as Jellinger trots down to second, and Olvey's on first, and Caden Jensen is playing right field, night center, senior right fielder. 6 seniors in the starting lineup for the Tigers. Runners get their leads with 2 outs. They'll be going on contact, and that's a ball outside from Drew Ball to Caden Jensen. And now the catcher goes out to talk to him. Cody, or rather, who is their catcher? Reese Tripp. Takes the trip out there to Drew Ball. He's back behind the plate now, and Jensen steps in with the 1-0 count. 2 down, runners in first and second. An opportunity for Albert Lee to get an early lead. Ball throws strike, swing and a miss. 1-1. Runners get their leads. Ball checks the runner at second, delivers home. And a strike called to Jensen to make the count 1-2. The wind kind of switches out there. It's to all fields at times. It's blowing to the right, it goes to left, it goes to center, but it is blowing out, so if you can get one in the air. Swing and a miss for Jensen, and that ends the inning. 5 batters, but no runs. They leave 2, and after 1, it is scoreless here. And the scoreboard is brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agent Dave Klott in Albert Lee. Call him at 373-2377 or check him out at 106 South Broadway in Albert Lee. And I might mention Carter Miller with a strikeout there in the first inning. Brought to you by Bleachers Sports Bar and Grill. They have Taco Thursday going on with 2 tacos and chips and cheese sauce for $5.49. Plus 14 TVs with all kinds of sports going on South Broadway in Albert Lee. Like them on Facebook as well.
It's boat show time again, and this year things will look a little different. Hi, this is Josh with Mapleton Marine, and due to the pandemic and COVID restrictions, our annual boat show featuring Crestliner and Sanger boats, South Bay pontoons, and Hewitt and Pure Pleasure docks and lifts will not be happening this year. We are open and ready for business in Mapleton and ready to help you with your summer social distancing. Come see us in Mapleton and don't miss out on all the huge boat show specials going on now. Mapleton Marine on Highway 22 in Mapleton and mapletonmarine.com. After all, life is better on a boat.
Back here in Albert Lee with a scoreless game after 1. And Carter Miller taking his warm-ups for the Tigers. Ready to go here with Cooper Chandler, the junior center fielder, stepping in to the right-hand side of the batter's box. Carter Miller with a strikeout on the night. That was for the 3rd out of the first inning. No walks given up yet. Young into the game here, but here's the lefty's delivery to the right-handed hitting Cooper Chandler, and that's drifting foul and out of play, just out of reach. Giving chase over there was Trevor Ball and Caden Jensen, the first baseman and right fielder, respectively. Just far enough away from them to be a long strike. 0-1 now to Chandler. Miller looks at the sign. He kicks and fires, and that one's laced right up the middle. Base hit. And Chandler is on. Second hit of the game for the Wingers.
Now batting for the Wingers, number 5, right fielder Mitch Seeley.
Mitch Seeley, the sophomore right fielder, is up, and he has a runner on first with nobody out. Top of the second. Still scoreless. Miller delivers, a little low, ball 1. Nice stop by Yokel. As Carter Miller checks the runner, delivers home, and another ball. 2-0 to Mitch Seeley. A young squad for Red Wing, and they have a couple of 10th graders and a couple of 9th graders in the starting lineup and some juniors, only one senior, and that's Evan Petersmeyer. There's a foul at the plate, 2-1 to Seeley. Oh, I see one of the prop bets from Vegas is wrong. That was if Trevor Lawrence would be wearing a tie or not. He is not, and the money was on him wearing a tie. When it gets away from Yokel, down to second goes Chandler on the wild pitch. So a runner in scoring position with nobody out for Red Wing. The count is 3-1 now to Seeley. Carter checks the runner at second and then delivers home. Swinging a foul at the plate there. 3-2. A full count. Three balls, 2 strikes. Chandler gets his lead at second. Miller to Seeley, and the pitch. Swung on and blasted to left. It's going to go into the gap on a couple of hops. It's going to hit the fence. That'll score the run from second. And a stand-up double for Seeley. RBI double. Scoring Chandler for the first run of the ball game. 1-0 Red Wing here in the bottom of the second. Still nobody out. And a runner on second. Zach Wilson did go second to the Jets. Now the tricky pick is up for the NFL draft with San Francisco trading up to the 3 spot. And everybody's speculating what they would do. So we'll see. Apparently tried to trade the pick and other picks to Green Bay for Aaron Rodgers and were turned down. But we shall see what they do with it. And that was low, 1-0 to Tyler Rogers, who is a 10th grade sophomore second baseman. With a runner at second and nobody out for Red Wing and a run in already here in the second. It's blasted right back to the pitcher. He gets it on one hop, then looks the runner back at second, throws it to first for the out, and then the runner gets to third anyway. Seeley makes it to third on the throw. But it was a 1-3 put out of Rogers for the first out. 1-3 put out number one. Aiden Borgen, the senior third baseman, is up with a duck out there at third and only one out. Here's the pitch. Swing on, ticked at the plate. Foul, strike one. Red Wing 3-2 in the Big Nine, 3-3 overall. And Tigers are 2-3 in the Big Nine and 4-3 overall. 4-3 puts them fifth in the overall column as they throw down to third to try and pick off Seeley, but he's back in time. And his mom has some laundry to do. 1-1 is the count. I shouldn't say it. Maybe Dad does. Maybe he does. Maybe Mitch gets home and they say, you know what? Do your own laundry. There's the pitch, and that's a curveball, slow curve, and a 2-1 count after that was just a little high. 2-1, one out, runner on third, a run in. And the pitch from Miller is blasted to left, high and drifting toward the line. Now in foul territory, Ulvey makes the catch, but the runner tags, and Seeley will score the second run after a big towering fly out to left for out number two, but an RBI for Borgen, and it's 2-0. Christian Kaler is the 9 batter. He's a freshman, shortstop. And he bounces one back to the pitcher. Miller picks it up. He's got a hurry, and he gets it just in time to nip Kaler for the third out. Another 1-3 put out. But to get a couple of runs to take the 2-0 lead. And the scoreboard brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agent Dave Klott in Albert Lee at 106 South Broadway. You can go to daveklott.net and get information on investments, banking, all kinds of insurance as well. Albert Lee will bat Cam Davis, Cody Yokel, and Ethan Ball here in their half of the second. The 6, 7, 8 batters against Drew Ball. So we have 2 balls for Albert Lee. One, has he got a brother on the bench? No. 3 guys named Ball in the game. 1 for Red Wing. He's got to do something about that cap. It bothers me. It doesn't bother him at all. It bothers me. We are online only tonight at kqprfm.com. Also Power 96 on YouTube and facebook.com/Power96MN. Lots of venues to watch. Cam Davis, the junior second baseman, will lead off the bottom of the second for Sean Gaston. Yeah, the Tigers on a 4-game winning streak here. They lost the first 3 and then won 4 in a row. So it's a season of streaks for the Tigers so far. See how long they can keep this one going. Mankato West is undefeated, leading the Big Nine. 4-0 in the conference, 6-0 overall. And they are on the Tigers schedule here in a few weeks. It'll be here. We'll have that game for you. The third baseman comes in to give Drew Ball, the pitcher, some encouragement and knocks his hat off. He's got a hard enough time keeping the hat on. Quit knocking it off there. Drew Ball to Cam Davis to start the bottom of the second with Albert Lee trailing 2-0. A swing and a miss for strike one. Thanks to Thompson Sanitation, Albert Lee Seed House Garden Center, On the Spot Appliance Service, Geneva Lumber Company, Mapleton Marine. There's strike two is called, 0-2. As well as Becker Auto and RV in Hayward, Freeborn County Solid Waste, Derek's Preferred Auto, Northbridge Mall, TNW Towing, Bleachers Sports Bar and Grill, and State Farm Insurance Agent Dave Klott. Thank you one and all for being on board and helping us do these games. Here's a ball, 1-2 to Davis. This one is given a ride to the gap in right, and it's going to fall between the center fielder and right fielder. And on his way to second with a stand-up double is Cameron Davis. Nicely played there to start the second. And Cody Yokel will have an RBI opportunity, the senior catcher. With Ethan Ball on deck. Nobody out here, bottom of the second. They're doing some work on the mound out there on the rubber. Drew Ball asking the ump out there in the field ump if he could do some landscaping there on the mound. As Davis gets his lead off as second, and Yokel shows bunt, but then pulls back, and it was ball one anyway. 1-0 to Cody. Checks the runner at second. Drew Ball. Well, he faked the delivery and spun as if to throw to second, but they faked that one too. No balk. The scoreboard does not realize they scored their 2 runs in the second, but they got it up there in the first anyway. Yes, 1-0 now with nobody out. A runner on second for Albert Lee, trying to get back in his game, trailing 2-0. That was outside for a ball. 2-0 to Yokel. Cody's mom used to work at Power 96, and his aunt also. So we know the family well. I've known Cody for his whole life, basically, because I've worked there 18 years with his family there. So good to see him having become a darn good athlete. Plays football, baseball. 3-0 with a runner on second, nobody out. The pitch to Cody is a called strike. So 3-1. He was taken all the way. Oh. They've changed things at the NFL draft. The second pick was not Zach Wilson, as everybody thought it would be, to the Jets. They took Trey Lance, second overall. And he walks Cody. No, now it's Zach Wilson again. What the heck? They just had Trey Lance on there.
Number 13, designated hitter, Ethan Ball.
So runners at first and second for Ethan Ball and nobody out. Well, he needs to do some damage here and tie this ball game up. Cody's got some speed. He can score from first on a nice gapper. We'll see. Ethan, the DH tonight, the senior, takes a rip at the first pitch and misses for strike one. So it is Zach Wilson to the Jets. I don't know what ESPN.com is trying to do. Give me a heart attack. As Ball looks at the runner at second, Davis. And bunt shown by Ethan Ball, but he pulls that back, and it's a called strike on him. So 0-2. With nobody out. Runners at first and second. Great opportunity for the Tigers to close the gap here, trailing 2-zip in the bottom of the second. And a strike is called, and Ethan doesn't like it, but he is sent back to the dugout for the first out of the inning. And Henry Eggum, the 9-hitter, will come up. Junior third baseman, Henry. We'll see what he can do with runners at first and second now with 1 out. Yeah, the 49ers did take Trey Lance third. Which is not expected, but, when teams say they're going to do this and that and the other thing, there are usually a smokescreen on that. So not a shocker, but also not really who they were pegged. They had a couple of different guys going there, and Trey Lance really wasn't one of them. Now we're having an umpire, the field umpire, explain things to Sean Gaston out there. Still Henry Eggum, the 9-hitter, up with 1 out, a 1-0 count to him. He's got a runner at second and a runner at first in Cam Davis and Cody Yokel. And a swing and a miss, first strike one. 1-1. Drew Ball is up to looking at that second runner on second, and then delivers home with a strike called to make the count 1-2 now to Henry Eggum. Albert Lee started the inning with a double to Cam Davis, and he's still there. That's lifted to the right side, just foul, but the first baseman makes a play on it, and it's an out for Evan Petersmeyer. Pop fly to the first baseman for out number 2. And now it's up to Brendan Bakken with runners at first and second and 2 outs. Brendan out on a grounder to second. His first time up to start the game for Albert Lee in the bottom of the first. And that one's outside for a ball. 1-0 to Bakken, the junior center fielder. Trevor Ball is on deck. And will bat if Bakken can reach here. And a timeout. No, it's a balk. They're going to call a balk on Drew Ball. And now they're going to explain what he did to him. As the runners get to advance, so to third goes Cameron Davis, and to second goes Cody Yokel. Now 2 runners in scoring position. It's something to do with his footwork on the rubber there. Trying to explain to him. And up to bat is still Brendan Bakken with a count of 1-0. But now 2 runners in scoring position. If he can single here, the game is pretty much tied. And it's outside for a ball. 2-0. No, make it 3-0. I thought there was one, but I wasn't going to say anything until they changed it. 3-0 to Bakken. First base is open. You could load him up for Trevor Ball. That would be a good thing. He's taken all the way, I'm sure, and this is called strike. 3-1. Three and 1, 2 outs. Runners at second and third for Albert Lee, trailing 2-0 here in the bottom of the second to Red Wing at Hayek Field. And the pitch is swung on and missed. 3-2 now. So a 3-0 count, quickly full now at 3-2. Oh, they're changing it. All right, so it's a 2-2 count? Yes. All right, 2-2. They still have 1-2, so they haven't quite changed it. There's a short roller to short, and the throw to first is in time, barely, to get Bakken. So no run score there, and Red Wing gets out of a jam with no runs against them to make it 2-0 after 2 innings of play. I know they have one up there, but I don't think they got any runs there. And it is brought to you by Scoreboard sponsor, State Farm Insurance Agent Dave Klott in Albert Lee. He has home, auto, life, health, all kinds of insurance at 106 South Broadway. Give him a call, 373-2377 in Albert Lee.
Did you know that the best time to control crabgrass in your lawn is before it sprouts? Many of us don't get worked up by crabgrass until August when it's wreaking havoc in the landscape. At the Seed House Garden Center, we sell 2 effective products for crabgrass control, but they need to be applied in the spring before crabgrass germinates or when it's still young and tender. These easy-to-apply granulated weed killers also have nitrogen and potassium to get your lawn off on the right foot this spring. Call the Seed House Garden Center and help us help you have a better lawn this year. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. That's especially true in your garden. Once weeds get away from you, the battle isn't just uphill, but underground, as weedy roots steal water and food from your desirable plants. This year, don't just weed your garden, preen it. Applying a barrier to a weed-free zone helps keep it weed-free for the season. Stop by the Seed House Garden Center, where preen with added fertilizer is on sale, 5 pounds for $18. Your ounce of prevention is at the Seed House Garden Center, 507-377-2372.
Back at Hayek Field in Albert Lee for the start of the 3rd inning, and it's 2-0 Red Wing as the Wingers come to bat here. And they will have the top of the order, Deso Buck, the junior right fielder, or left fielder. Kyle Pitts was picked 4th by Atlanta in the NFL draft. Tight end extraordinaire, they say. And that one is deep to short, no play for Jellinger. He did grab it, but he really didn't have a throw there, as Deso had decent speed, and that was very deep in the hole at short. So a base hit, infield hit for Deso, and he grounded out to third his first time up, so he's 1 for 2 on the night. And we start the 3rd with a runner on first and nobody out, as Carter Miller starts his 3rd inning of work for Albert Lee. Had 29 pitches through his first 2 innings of work. He delivers to Reese Tripp, the right-handed hitting junior catcher. And strike 1 to him. 0-1. Reese flew out to left field his first time up. And that one is ripped. Oh, it hits the pitcher Miller on the shoulder, it looked like, and bounced us off of him, and everybody's safe. Now we're going to go see how he is, because that one looked like it went off his shoulder. His throwing shoulder, left, well, I don't know, where's he pointing at? No, it doesn't look like his left shoulder. Maybe it was his right arm, which would be his glove arm, which is not good, but it's better than his throwing arm. And that'll be a base hit. 2 infield hits. Puts Buck on second with Tripp on first, and Drew Ball, the pitcher, is up next with 2 on and nobody out here, already leading 2-0. Looks like Miller just wants everybody to leave him alone and let him pitch. But they got to talk to him and make sure he's all right. He's a gamer. He's smiling. He goes, no, I just want to play. When the ump asked him what he's doing, if he wants to take a break, or they're going to give him some warm-up tosses here. As we are in the 3rd inning, 2-0 Red Wing. Nobody out. And first 2 runners reach on infield hits. 1 to deep short and 1 off the pitcher. Drew Ball doubled his first time up and was left stranded at second in the 1st inning. But right now, if he doubles again, it's going to do some damage, because we have runners on 1st and 2nd with nobody out for the Wingers. And Miller delivers low, ball 1. Carter has 1 strikeout. That was to end the 1st inning to Petersmeyer, who's on deck. No walks through 2 innings, and 2 batters here into the 3rd. And there's a strike called as batter Ball. It looked like he was backing up, and it was called strike. A double and 2 singles. 3 singles. 2-1. has Miller now 2-1 to Drew Ball, and the pitch is fouled back behind the plate. Makes it 2-2. So Trey Lance, the Minnesota kid who went to North Dakota State, goes to San Francisco in that third pick. That's who they traded up to get. And a strike called 3. That's Drew Ball, who walks back to the dugout in disbelief. And the second strikeout from Miller. It's brought to you by Bleacher Sports Bar and Grill. They got Taco Thursday going on. A couple of tacos with chips and cheese sauce, just $5.49 today. And they have, of course, 14 big screen TVs for all your sporting needs. Plus, you could play pool and darts and everything else on South Broadway, Alberley. There's the pitch to Petersmeyer. It's outside, ball 1. Evans struck out in the to end the first. The lone senior on the ball club for Red Wing. He lifts one to the gap in left, tracked there, and it falls. The center fielder, Brennan Bakken's kind of slowing down out there, thinking, I think, that Blake Olvey might get it. It was harmlessly dropped right between them. And now it's a long single because the runners had to hold, thinking that it might have been caught, and they end up advancing. So Petersmeyer's on first, and Buck is on third. Tripp is on second. There's one out. Base is loaded, and here comes Cooper Chandler. He singled in the leading off the second and ended up scoring the first run of the ball game. First pitch to him is outside of ball. 1-0. Miller's next pitch. Hit in the air, infield, drifting foul. First baseman Ball gets it for out number 2. A pop to first. 2 down, bases loaded, and Mitch Seeley is up. He had an RBI single in the second, scoring the second run himself. He batted in the first run and then scored the second run in that second inning. First pitch to him is a ball, and they throw down to third base. But back in time is Diesel Buck. Well, if they can get out of this inning, Miller can work out of this jam. That'd be nice. The Red Wing already up 2-0 with the bases loaded here. Now 2 outs. And high for ball 2. 2-0 to Seeley. Two balls, no strikes. Lefty Miller winds and fires. That was hit in the air to center, and Bakken is on his horse coming in and makes the catch. So they do get out of the jam. No run score on the fly to center. And after 2.5, it's 2-0 Red Wing, and the scoreboard is brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agent Dave Klott in Albert Lee. Call 373-2377 for all your insurance needs, as well as investments and banking. So Carter Miller with a couple of strikeouts here tonight. No walks yet, but he's given up several hits, but got out of that jam there with the bases loaded and 1 out, and got the final 2 on pop-ups, 1 to first base and 1 to center field. So let's see if the Tigers can get the bats rolling here, as they will have the 2, 3, 4 hitters up. Trevor Ball, Jack Jellinger, and Blake Olvey. Sounds like runs to me. As Ball, first time up, singled. Jellinger reached on a fielder's choice, and Olvey walked his first time up. Drew Ball, the pitcher for Red Wing, has 2 strikeouts and a walk and a balk, but has not given up a run. Jamar Chase goes 5th in the NFL draft to Cincinnati, the wide receiver from Alabama. Is he from Alabama or LSU? He's from LSU. We have a change. Must not.
First baseman, Trevor Ball.
Trevor Ball stepping into the batter's box here. Albert Lee needing to get back into this, trailing 2-0 here in the bottom of the third. Senior first baseman Trevor Ball against Drew Ball. That one's inside for a ball. Trevor stands in, takes the next pitch low for a ball. 2-0. Sean Gaston, the coach for Albert Lee, very pleased with his team after starting out 0-3 and now winning 4 in a row. Says it's pitching and defense really that's gotten them going. They haven't given up a whole lot of runs. They haven't scored a lot either, but enough to win most of those games. 2-1 now as a strike is called. And Ball rocks and fires and delivers to Ball, and that is high for a ball. 3-1. Nine picks till the Vikings, unless they trade up or down. There's a pitch, and it's bounced over the pitcher towards second. Grabbed there, but not going to be in time to get Trevor as he hits an infield single. And the leadoff batter is on for the Tigers. Tyler Rogers made the grab right behind the second base bag, but he threw it to first. And of course, it took a long time as it bounced over the pitcher, and by the time he got it, Trevor was almost to first. So safely in there, gets his lead, and Jack Jellinger is up. He swings and misses at the first offering. Strike one. Senior shortstop tonight, Jack, reached on a fielder's choice in the first. Nobody out, one on, trailing 2-0. Albert Lee at bat here in the bottom of the third. At Hayek Field, the pitch is swung on and missed. He was behind that fastball. 0-2. The 0-2 to Jack Jellinger. From Drew Ball. Takes a look from the corner of his eye at first, and a swing and a miss for Jack. Strikeout on 3 pitches. That'll be the third K for Drew Ball. And the first out of the third inning. Blake Olvey, the senior left fielder, is up. He walked his first time up and was stranded there at first. And he's got Trevor Ball at first now, as he did last time up. First pitch to Blake is a ball. Flag still flying out to dead center right now. It's always been pointing to one of the outfield spots. 1-0 to Blake as he has that open stance. Left leg back, right leg up, and that one's foul just over third base. 1-1. Yeah, if he'd have moved that about 3 feet to the right, that would have probably had runners at second and third, or could have. The left fielder is playing fairly deep out there. One and one with one out and a runner on first. And Drew Ball delivers to Blake Olvey, a strike called. So 1-2 now to Blake. The 1-2 is to outside and high, so 2-2. 2-2 from Drew Ball to Blake Olvey. One out and a runner on first for Albert Lee, trailing 2-0. That's high for ball 3, 3-2. Blake, of course, quite the athlete too. Had a pretty stellar hockey season this year. 3-2, 1 out to Olvey. He hits this one in the air, just behind first base. The second baseman's coming over and doesn't make the catch. He drops it right off his glove. And on the way to second, but having to hold because of the pop nature, they didn't call an infield fly rule because it wasn't in the infield, but out at second would be Trevor Ball. No fault of his own. He had to hold there at first. So that's 2 down. And Olvey is safe on that. I guess you got to call it an E4. And Caden Jensen is up with Olvey on first and 2 down now. Still 2-0. Alabama receiver Waddle goes to the Dolphins at 6. And the Detroit Lions are on the clock. Caden Jensen struck out in the first. He fouls one back here for an 0-1 count. Drew Ball still troubles with the cap. Falls off almost every pitch he throws. But rules require that he wears one, so he just needs one that fits better. There's a strike, and they throw to first. Not in time. Back is Olvey. He was off the bag quite a ways, but the throw from Reese Tripp to Evan Petersmeyer, not in time to get him because they have to tag him. So it's 0-2 now to Jensen. As Ball looks the runner back, and now swing and a miss will end the inning as Caden Jensen goes down to strikes for the second time on the night. And we are through 3 innings with a 2-0 Red Wing lead, and the scoreboard brought to you by State Farm Insurance agent Dave Klott. He is online at daveclott.net and has all kinds of insurance as well as banking and investments for you as well in downtown Albert Lee.
Are you thinking ahead to next year? Thinking about a new boat to enjoy during upcoming summers? Then stop what you're doing right now and head over to mapletonmarine.com and check out the Sanger line of boats, specializing in an adrenaline rush for fun, water skiing, surfboarding, and wakeboarding. This line is sleek and powerful, providing you with excellent pull. What are you waiting for? Check them out now at Mapleton Marine on Highway 22 South and mapletonmarine.com. After all, life is better on a boat.
Back at Hike Field with a 2-0 Red Wing lead. 2-zip here as we go to the top of the fourth. And Red Wing will be bringing the 7, 8, 9 hitters to the plate. And Tyler Rogers, Aiden Borgen, and Christian Kaler. As Carter Miller starting his 4th inning of work. He's got 2 strikeouts, no walks. He's thrown 44 pitches. Tyler Rogers comes to the plate. He was out on a grounder to the pitcher, and Miller threw him out there for the first out of the 2nd inning. First pitch to him is a ball, 1-0. Miller rocks in, fires inside, called strike. 1-1 to sophomore Rogers. Spells his like Aaron Rodgers with the D in there. There's a curve that misses, according to the count. 2-1. Two balls and 1 strike to Tyler Rogers. And Miller delivers and skied into right field. Camping underneath it is Caden Jensen for out number 1. Going to fly to right. 1 up, 1 down. Aiden Borgen is up next, the senior third baseman. Aiden was, he flew out to left field, but it was a sacrifice fly and an RBI for him, as he knocked in Mitch Seeley back in the second inning for the second run. 2-0 Red Wing as they bat here in the top of the fourth. 1 out, nobody on. Carter Miller has a 1-0 count to Borgen. He delivers. That's outside. Ball 2. Two and 0. Infield back for Albert Lee, except for the third baseman, even with a bag. And a strike is called to Borgen for a 1-2 count. Outfield pretty much straight away for the Tigers. 2-1. Here's the pitch. It was inside, but he swings and ticks it for a strike. 2-2 now to Borgen. 1 down, nobody on. Top of 4, Red Wing up 2-0. Carter Miller, the lefty, gives it a hurl, and it is knocked foul down the third baseline. Still 2-2. He had 44 pitches coming into this inning. And Ball, the Red Wing pitcher, 53 pitches through his 3 innings of work. So 9 more than Carter had in the same amount of time. Yet the lead is Red Wings. That one is low and gets away from Yokel, but a ball, and so it's 3-2. Scheduled for 7, of course, live on KQPRFM.com, as well as Facebook.com/Power96MN, Power96 on YouTube.com, and if you need information, if you're a Twitter user, you can go to @Power96MN to find out more about us. Next week, 1 game, actually 2, it's the same night as doubleheader right here in Albert Lee with, I think it's a softball doubleheader. This one is ripped to left, base hit. Played there by Ulvey on a couple of hops. And a runner is on with 1 out. And the number 9 hitter, Christian Kaler, is up. He is a freshman shortstop. He was out pitcher to first in the second inning, 3rd out of the second. Borgen on first, 1 out. Miller takes a look at first, then delivers and hit him. Kaler didn't move. He didn't have to. You don't have to move. You can't lean into a pitch, but he didn't move, and he got hit right on the leg. So he takes first on a hit by, which is actually the first walk given up by Miller. But it also has now runners on first and second with 1 out, and the top of the order, Diesel Buck. Detroit took the offensive lineman from Oregon, Sewell, with the 7th overall pick in the NFL draft, and Carolina is on the clock now, having just traded Teddy Bridgewater to Denver. And Denver follows Carolina. And then Dallas for the completion of the top 10. So getting closer to the Vikings pick. 1-0 now to Deso. And he puts one on the ground towards third. And it's bobbled at first, but picked up. And then they force out the runner at second for out number 2 here in the 4th. And I won't give him an error on it. He did get the out. Could have had a double play, but I doubt that would have happened. Deso has speed. So the out was made at second on Kaler, but down to third goes Borgen. And now we have runners at the corners. Ends up being a fielder's choice. That Buck reaches on. And that brings up Reese Tripp, who flew out to left his first time up and then singled in the 3rd. He's got runners at the corners with 2 down. here in the top of the fourth. Already up 2-0. That one's high for ball one. 1-1 to Tripp. Runners get their leads at the corners as Trevor Ball is holding the runner on, but now he goes down to second without a throw. Got away from Cody anyway a little bit. So that puts runners at second and third. Buck is at second. It's 2-1 to the count, and at third is Borgen. Second and third, 2 down, 3-1 pitch is swung on and lifted in the air, infield. First baseman calls it, and Ball makes the catch to thwart any run scoring anyway, and keeps it 2-0. With a pop-up to first. And after 3.5, it's 2-0 Red Wing. And the scoreboard brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agent Dave Klott in Albert Lee. You can go to daveklott.net to find all about insurance of all kinds, as well as investments and banking. And Jake from State Farm. As we go to the bottom of 4 here, and Albert Lee needing to put some runs on the board before it gets too late. Trailing 2-0, they have 4 hits. They have, I was going to say a couple of walks, but only 1 walk. Blake Olvey came back in the first. They've struck out 3 times, but single from Trevor Ball in the first. They got a double out of Cam Davis in the second. They haven't strung hits together, though, in a single out of Trevor Ball in the third. Now they're going to have Cam Davis, Cody Yokel, and Ethan Ball coming up here in the fourth. The 6, 7, 8 hitters. And as I mentioned, Davis had a double his first time up in the second inning, leading off that inning. So we'll see if he can repeat that success. Well, he was stranded at third that time. And completing his warm-up tosses is Drew Ball.
Number 14, second baseman, Cam Davis.
Just about ready to get going here in the bottom of the fourth. 2-0 Red Wing. First pitch to Davis is low for a ball. 1-0. He sent a 1-2 pitch to the gap for a double in the second. It's 1-0, and he rips one to second. And on a hop, it caroms off the second baseman. That was a hot scorch. He hit that one on the screws, and we have an injury timeout to check on the second baseman, Tyler Rogers. What a base hit for Davis. It was a rocket. So he's 2 for 2 with a double and a single. Cody Yokel will be up. Nobody out and 1 on. Looks like he'll stay in the game out there. Yokel a walk in the second. Ended up stranded at second.
For the Tigers, number 20, catcher, Cody Yokel.
Cornerback Horn from South Carolina goes to Carolina, number 8 in the first round of the NFL draft. Denver's up next. And a 1-0 count to Cody. Davis takes his lead at first. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high for a ball. 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. Runner at first, nobody out. Bottom of 4. Albert Lee batting and trailing 2-0. Drew a ball stepping off the rubber there, and now he regathers himself and is ready to go with a 2-0 pitch to Cody Yokel. And that is high and inside for ball 3. 3-0. Ethan Ball is on deck for the Tigers. Davis with his lead at first. Drew Ball looking in, fires on a 3-0, and walks him on 4 straight. Second walk for Ball, and both to Cody Yokel. Cody's 0 for 0 with 2 walks. Ethan Ball comes up. He struck out his first time up a couple innings ago. They're going to talk to Drew Ball, and the entire infield of Red Wing gathers at the pitcher's mound. Gaston talking to his batter, Ethan Ball, the DH tonight. Batting for Carter Miller, the pitcher. He struck out on 3 pitches his first time up. Looking for better things here with runners at first and second and nobody out. And the neighborhood dog is out. He's saying, the Vikings better not take a defensive player. We need offensive line help.
And for the Tigers, number 13, designated hitter, Ethan Ball.
Ethan steps in now as Tigers trail 2-0. Bottom of the 4th. Runners on first and second and nobody out. Henry Agam on deck. He swings around, does Drew Ball, the pitcher for Red Wing, and fakes a throw to second. But Davis back in time, of course, with no throw. Runners get their leads. First baseman playing in case of a bunt, but does not show bunt, and it's a ball. 1-0. 1-0 to Ethan Ball from Drew Ball. And the pitch. And a strike called. Evens the count at 1-1. I think Drew Ball needs to get a chin strap for that cap because I'm just getting real tired of seeing that fly off his head every time he throws. 1-1. He delivers. Cap stayed on this time. 2-1. To Ethan Ball. No relation. Two and 1 to Ethan, the senior DH. Has a runner in scoring position. He bunts down the first baseline, bobbled by the first baseman, Petersmeyer, and that gives enough time for the throw to third to be not in time as Davis makes it in safely, and Yokel goes to second. Ethan Ball on first. Reaching on a fielder's choice, bunt. And that's great. I mean, he was sacrifice bunting, but it didn't end up being a sacrifice. It was a fielder's choice, and now the bases are loaded with nobody out. And the 9-hitter, Henry Eggham, is up. He popped out to the pitcher, or first baseman his first time up a couple innings ago. Brennan Bakken at the top of the order on deck here. Nobody out. Bases jammed full of Tigers, and they're trailing 2-0, so they need a base hit here. Henry can be the hero. That's inside as he flinches, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 righty Drew Ball, I was going to say, delivers, but he stepped off the rubber. Resets. Now he rocks and fires. There's a strike called for a 1-ball, 2-strike count to Henry Eggum, the junior third baseman. 0 for 1 tonight. Great chance here. Knock in 1, maybe 2. If he can get one out of the infield. And the pitch is, he chased a low one and struck out. Out number 1. It's the 4th strikeout for Drew Ball on the night for Red Wing. Top of the order, Brennan Bakken, the junior center fielder. 2 ground outs to second tonight. So he's just got to get one through the infield. And he could tie the game here with 1 down and the bases loaded for Alberley. Strike is called on that one. So 0-1 to Brennan. Drew Ball climbs back up on the hill, and he's ready to go. Pitch is high for a ball. It's going to be 1-1 to Brennan Bakken. Looking for some RBIs here with the bases loaded and 1 out. Bottom of the 4th. And he sends one fouled on first base side. 1-2. Drew Ball with a balk, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts on the night for Red Wing. And he fires. There's a tick at the plate foul. Still going to be 1-2 for Brennan. Bakken ready to go. Drew Ball climbs the hill. Runners get their leads at all 3 bases, and here's the pitch. It's outside for 2-2. 2-2 to Brennan Bakken. Right-handed batter. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Half a swing, and they say he went enough for a strikeout. So 2 Ks in a row for Drew Ball, and he's trying to work his way out of a bases-loaded situation, just like Miller did last inning. And this will be Trevor Ball, who's got 2 singles on the day. Strike called to Trevor, senior first baseman. 0-1 to him. 2 for 2 with 2 singles. The 0-1 is inside for a ball, 1-1. Bases loaded, 2 down. Oh, Denver took everybody thought Dallas was going to take Patrick Surtain the second, the cornerback out of Alabama, but Denver got him right before Dallas's pick in the NFL draft. 2-1 now to Trevor Ball. Runner on first is Ethan Ball. Runner on second is Cody Yokel, and the runner on third is Cam Davis. Davis has been out there a long time, it seems like. 2 down now, and that one's outside. 3-1. Well, nowhere to put him, so could walk in a run. That's just as good as a hit. Drew Ball, Red Wing pitcher, ready to go. He fires, and that one's over his head, so he walks in a run. As Davis finally can go sit down, as he trots in with the first run of the game for the Tigers. Yokel goes to third. Ethan Ball's on second, and to first is Trevor Ball on the walk, which is the third of the game for Drew Ball. And brings up Jack Jellinger, who struck out his last time up and was out on reached on a fielder's choice in the first and then was stranded at second. Still has the bases loaded, 2 down. That's outside for a ball. As the pitch count for Drew Ball is getting up there. Started the inning with 53. And some kind of substitution for Albert Lee. Whatever it is, the umpire was satisfied with it. I think they're going to put a pinch runner on second. And the catcher takes the time to go talk to Drew Ball, so Reese Tripp goes out there. And Carson Knutson will run for Ethan Ball at second. Cody Yokel at third. We got Trevor Ball at first. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 1 run in. Cut the lead in half, 2-1. But Mr. Jellinger can rip things open like he does. He gets a hold of one to left, and it gets by a diving left fielder, and it's going to roll to the fence. 2 runs score, and a 3-run double for Jack Jellinger. That's not an error. That kid had a tough play to make. He dove for it out there. Probably would have been better served to get it on a hop, but you don't know if it'll hop right for you, so he did his best. And it's a 3-run RBI double for Jellinger that gives Albert Lee a big lead, 4-2. And Blake Olvey will be up with 2 outs and a runner at second. And he skies one foul and out of play. Strike one. Big hit for Jellinger. Oh, he got a hold of that one. It looked like the left fielder was going to make the catch, but he had to dive at the end and just under his glove and rolled to the fence. Center fielder had to go get it. And by that time, all 3 runs had scored. That one's high and inside for a ball to Olvey, who has reached on an error and walked tonight. So officially 0 for 2. You've got a runner in scoring position here with a 1-1 count. It's the 8th batter to get to the plate here for Albert Lee in the inning. Caden Jensen will bat around if Olvey can get on here with 2 outs. And the next pitch is a ball. 3-1 to Blake. As again, that pitch count for Drew Ball is over 70. It's got to be. He was 53 starting the inning. And he's given up 4 runs here in the 4th. Looks at the runner at second, delivers on a 3-1, walks him. Olvey's second walk of the night, the 4th thrown by Ball, plus a balk. And they bat around as you have runners on first and second. Jellinger's at second, Olvey at first, and Caden Jensen, the 9th batter to hit against Ball here in the 4th. 4 runs in, Albert Lee gets the lead, 4-2. Still 2 outs. Caden Jensen struck out twice tonight. So he's going to look to get the bat on the ball here. Pitch to him is swing and a miss outside. Strike one. And the runners get their leads off first and second. Here's the 0-1 to Jensen. And he gets a hold of one to the gap. That's going to score a run as it bounces to the fence. Jellinger scores. Olvey's on his horse. He's going to score. A 2-run double for Caden Jensen. Nice rip to the gap in left. And it's 6-2, Albert Lee. Two RBIs for Jensen, 3 for Jellinger, and those are the 6 of 6 runs scored here. And they have some talk going on the mound here. I think that's going to be it for Mr. Drew Ball as they've hit him hard here in the fourth inning. Falling behind now, Albert Lee 6-2 with a big 6-run fourth two-out rally. And we'll take the break with them here. The scoreboard is brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agent Dave Klott at 106 South Broadway in Albert Lee. Call him at 373-2377 for all of your insurance needs in Albert Lee.
Have you been having problems with your dishwasher, stove, washer, or dryer? Call Orrin Mortensen with On the Spot Appliance Service. With over 30 years' experience, Orrin does repairs for all major household appliances and commercial cooking products, including fryers and grills. On the Spot Appliance Service is warranty authorized for most major brands and is a local LG appliance servicer. Don't let your wannabe handyman fix a problem and make it worse. Call Orrin Mortensen with On the Spot Appliance Service anytime at 256-8099. Are you considering remodeling or maybe building new? If so, you need to talk to Tate, or you could just ask Josh. They're both professionals, and you can find them at the Geneva Lumberyard just off I-35 in Geneva. The Geneva Lumberyard is your full-service lumberyard and home design and drafting center. For your next project, stop in or call the Geneva Lumber Company at 256-0045 and talk to Tate, or just ask Josh. That's the Geneva Lumber Company, open Monday through Friday to serve you.
Back in Albert Lee, and at pitching change, Evan Petersmeyer coming in from first base. The lone senior on this Wingers team. And he will give it a try on the hill. As Drew Ball left with 4 strikeouts, 4 walks, and a balk, and gave up 6 runs. And threw over 70 pitches. But boy, I had Albert Lee boxed up in the first 3 innings, but boy, they took it to him here in the fourth with 6 runs scored.
Now pitching for the Wingers, number 9, Evan Petersmeyer. Batting for the Tigers, number 14, second baseman Cam Davis.
So we have Jensen at second. Davis is up now for the second time this inning. He singled and scored earlier in this inning. First pitch from Petersmeyer is strike 1. So the 10th pick in the NFL draft, Philadelphia traded with Dallas for the pick. Took a wide receiver, Smith, from Alabama, and now the Giants are on the clock at 11. Dallas lost the guy they wanted, Patrick Surtain the second. The pick before them, as Denver took him, having already gotten their quarterback in Teddy Bridgewater when a trade with Carolina earlier. There's a pitch. The 0-2 is a strike called, and Davis goes down on 3 straight pitches to end the fourth inning, but not before Albert Lee comes up with 6 runs to take the 6-2 lead here after 4. And the State Farm Insurance Scoreboard brought to you by Agent Dave Klott in Albert Lee. Go to daveklott.net for information on investments, banking, and insurance. And it is 6-2 as that gives Carter Miller some cushion as he's been plugging along here with giving up those 2 runs, 2 strikeouts, and 1 walk along the way. And he's going to face the 3-4-5 hitters for Red Wing here in the 5th. Drew Ball, Evan Petersmeyer, and Cooper Chandler. And see, there's 2 hits between all 3 of those on the night, a double and a single. But no RBIs from those folks. And Miller has 64 pitches thrown through 4 innings. As Petersmeyer came in, threw 3 pitches and got out of the inning for Red Wing. So just what they needed. But not before they fell behind big time. 6-2. Albert Lee now trying to get their 5th win in a row and move up the standings. Well, this is not a Big 9 game, conference game, even though both teams are in the Big 9. It doesn't count as a conference game. It does count as an overall game, so they could go to 5-3 overall. It helps in the section standings to get all the wins you can. This may be the last inning for Miller, unless it's a quick one. He's averaging 14 or so pitches an inning. That would get him up close to 80 after this one. But we'll see how it goes. Drew Ball is up for Red Wing first. He was taken out of the game as the pitcher, but he's been the DH all game long, so he keeps his batting spot there and swings and misses at the first delivery from Miller for strike one. Here's the next one. The 0-1 is in the dirt. 1-1. Drew Ball's doubled in the first, stranded at second, then he struck out in the third. Here's the 1-1 delivery, and that's skied. It's an infield that's off foul territory. Yokel goes out there, the catcher, makes the grab for out number one. So a pop to the catcher. 1 up, 1 down, and Evan Petersmeyer comes in. He's the relief pitcher. Started the game as the first baseman. 4 picks till the Vikings. Watch them trade down. But only one offensive lineman has been taken, and they had 2 stud O-linemen in the draft here. So if one is available, I would say they take him. But, you know, they're looking defense. Zimmer's that way. He likes to get his defensive players stocked up. We'll see what happens. The 1-0 pitch now to Petersmeyer is laced to right, but it's foul. Boy, he got a hold of that one. But foul by about 12 feet. So it's 1-1 to Evan. Struck out of the first. Reached in the third. I did not write down how. So, who knows? I bet Evan knows. 1-1. As Miller looks in for the sign and delivers. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Carter looking for his third K of the night. He rocks and fires, and that one curves right in there for a strike 3. Petersmeyer didn't think so, but the umpire emphatically got him looking on that strikeout. The third, as I mentioned, for Carter Miller. Second out, so 2 up, 2 down. This is working out beautifully for Miller. He may get another inning if he can get this out quickly. It's Cooper Chandler, who singled in the second and scored, and then popped out to the first baseman, and he laces one up the middle. It's grabbed there by Cam Davis, and over to first in time to Trevor Ball, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Miller on the 4-3 putout. Strikeout in that inning, too, brought to you by Bleacher Sports Bar and Grill with their Taco Thursday going. 2 tacos and chips and cheese sauce for $5.49. It's a great price, great food, and sports on their 14 big screens. You can bet they've got the NFL draft going on down there on South Broadway in Albert Lee. Like them on Facebook as well. And after 4.5, we've got a 6-2 lead for Albert Lee as they come to bat. And the State Farm scoreboard brought to you by Agent Dave Klott in Albert Lee. 373-2377 is a way to get a hold of him. Otherwise, find him online at daveklott.net for all your insurance needs. Full disclosure, Dave's my insurance agent. And a heck of a guy. He's steeped in baseball as well. He was telling me he was so good as a pitcher. He played fast pitch softball, men's fast pitch softball. It's big time softball. The guy in Texas had a team, and he told Dave he was playing up here. Somehow this guy in Texas, he got Dave. He flew him down to Texas for games to pitch, and then he'd fly him back here so he could get to work. So he'd go down to Texas on the weekends to pitch. He said it was wild, just that one year. But Dave's got some stories if you take the time to talk to him. of course, his kids all were very good athletes, too, here for Albert Lee, as was Dave. Cody Yokel will lead off here in the bottom of the fifth. And his first pitch to him is a ball. Ball one to Cody. And he had a couple of walks so far tonight, and it's 2-0 to him again. Something about Cody that prevents the Red Wing pitchers from getting strikes. And a 2-0 is a 3-0 now. Way outside there. They're afraid of Cody. I only show one strike in his 3 at-bats. And this one is in there. He's taken all the way. Strike one called. So another Alabama wide receiver goes to Philadelphia. Smith as the 10th pick. Chicago takes quarterback Fields from Ohio State at 11. Dallas is now on the clock at 12, then San Diego, and then the Vikings. So the 4th quarterback goes in the first 11 picks. Here's the 3-2, and swing and a miss for Cody. And he follows up 2 walks with a K. And that's the first out of the 5th for Albert Lee, leading 6-2. And Ethan Ball, the DH, has a strikeout and reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th and scored. One of the 6 runs in that 4th inning. Strike is called, and it's 0-1 to Ethan, with Henry Eggum, the 9-hitter, on deck. 1 up, 1 down for Evan Petersmeyer. So he gets his first strikeout of the night. No, that's the second one, because he ended the last inning with the strikeout when he came in and got 3 straight strikes to Davis. It's 1-2 now to Ethan Ball. Petersmeyer, the right-hander, Oxen fires low for ball 2, 2-2. Petersmeyer looks in for the sign, fires to Ethan Ball, and that's inside, makes him dance a little bit. 3-2. With 1 out. Bottom of 5. Albert Lee up 6-2, and now they get a walk. A 1-out walk to Ethan Ball. First walk for Petersmeyer. And Henry will come up to bat here. Mr. Eggum has a strikeout and a pop out to first. 1 out, 1 on, bottom of the 5th. And Henry bounces one to third. It gets past both the third baseman and shortstop and into left for the base hit. And to second goes Ball. And Eggum's on first with 1 out. And that'll bring the top of the order, Brendan Bakken, to the plate. He has struck out and 2 ground outs to second. And Brendan looking to get one out of the infield here, and probably could score a run if he does. With Ethan Ball at second, getting a lead, as does Eggum at first. That one gets away from the catcher and down to third. Safely is Ethan. And second is Eggum. So now 2 in scoring position for Bakken. And a 1-0 count to him, as that was outside and got away, skipped away from the catcher, Reese Tripp. He throws it down to third baseman Aiden Borgen. It was close, but safe for Ethan Ball. Had to get the tag on him and just wasn't quite in time to do that. Here's the 1-0 to Bakken. And that's a called strike. 1-1. Yeah, it's foul back there for Bakken. Carter Miller at 72 pitches through 5 innings. So he might get another inning of work. Looks like he's cruising. He had a 1-2-3 inning. I mean, no real reason to take him out. Save Jellinger and Olvey's arms. Here's the pitch. Another foul. Out of play. 1-2 is how it stays. Yeah, Justin Fields, the quarterback, goes to Chicago with the 11th pick in the NFL draft. Still waiting on Dallas at number 12. That one's down low for a ball, 2-2. 2-2 to Bakken with runners in scoring position at second and third. Ethan Ball at third, Henry Agam at second, and the pitch. He wanted to go for it, but held back, and then the umpire calls it a strike 3 for the third strikeout for Petersmeyer in relief. Second out of the inning. So second and third with 2 outs, and Trevor Ball is up. He walked his last time up, walked in a run. And he also has 2 singles on the night. Single here would be just fine. Probably would. It would score 1, maybe 2. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1 to Trevor, senior first baseman. Senior laden lineup here for the Tigers this year. Here's the pitch. High, ball 2-1. You got Trevor Ball, Jack Jellinger, Blake Olvey, Caden Jensen, Cody Yokel, Ethan Ball, all seniors. Here's the 2-1. That's high and inside. 3-1. First base is open, but I don't think they really want to walk him on purpose. 3-1 with 2 outs. And he takes strike 2. For a full count now to Ethan Ball, or Trevor Ball. Here's the 3-2. It's inside. He walked him. Second walk in a row for Trevor. And that'll load up the bases for Jack Jellinger, who had a 3 RBI double last time with the bases loaded. Precedent has been set here, Jack. So, yeah, last inning he had bases loaded and 2 outs, and he hit a 3-run double to the gap in left. So here it is, bases loaded, 2 outs in the 5th. And the 0-1 is low for a ball, 1-1. I say hit a home run. Let's get a granny. Here's the 1-1 delivery from Petersmeyer, and it's low for ball 2. 2-1. Olvey is on deck should Jellinger reach. Base is jammed and hits way high. 3-1. Dallas took a linebacker from Penn State, Parsons. So San Diego on the clock, and then the Vikings will pick. 3-1 here to Jack from Evan Petersmeyer. The catcher goes to talk to him. Tripp is back now behind the plate. Bases loaded. 3-1 count with 2 down in the 5th. And Alberley leading 6-2. And he walked in another run. Jellinger walks, gets an RBI out of the deal. As Ball comes in to score, Ethan scoring the 7th run of the game for the Tigers. On to third is Agam. To second is Trevor Ball, and then Jellinger on at first. For Blake Olvey, bases loaded, 2 down. He walked his last time up and scored. He's got 2 walks, and he reached on an error. So technically he's 0 for 3 on the night, Blake, with a run scored. Strike 1 to Blake. And he ticks one at the plate. It goes all the way to the backstop. So 0-2 quickly. Should Blake reach, Caden Jensen would get up to bat. He had a 2-out, 2 RBI double last inning as well. And Blake hits one off his leg. Looked like off the inside of his knee. He's limping a little bit. His left leg. So that'll be a strike. And stay 0-2. He says, yeah, I'm all right. Digs in. He's got a pretty even stance. No, and then he kicks his left leg back. And then he swings and misses. The ball gets away, so he's got a chance to get on safely, and he will. And the run scores. So technically that's a strikeout, but he reaches and gets an RBI out of the deal. Probably not, because it's probably a wild pitch, so he probably shouldn't get the RBI, but I'm going to give it to him anyway because I'm a homer. It's 8-2. And it'll still be bases loaded for Caden Jensen.
Number 22, Trey Hill, pinch running, first base.
And they're going to put Trey Hill in to run for Ulvey after he got his leg a bit injured there on that one swing.
Now batting for the Tigers, number 2, the right fielder.
So Hill's at first. Jellinger's at second. Trevor Ball's at third. 2 down. Another 2-out rally for the Tigers as they now lead 8-2. Swing and a miss for senior right fielder Caden Jensen. So 0-1 count. And this one is to the shortstop who goes the quick way, steps on second to force Hill and end the inning with they batted around again, 9 to the plate. And got a couple of runs into that. It's 8-2 after 5 in favor of the homestanding Tigers. And your State Farm scoreboard brought to you by Agent Dave Klott and Albert Lee. He's been doing this for like 30 years. Dude knows what he's talking about when insurance is on the line, and banking and investments. 373-2377 or go to daveklott.net for information.
It's boat show time again, and this year things will look a little different. Hi, this is Josh with Mapleton Marine, and due to the pandemic and COVID restrictions, our annual boat show featuring Crestliner and Sanger boats, South Bay pontoons, and Hewitt and Pure Pleasure docks and lifts will not be happening this year. We are open and ready for business in Mapleton and ready to help you with your summer social distancing. Come see us in Mapleton and don't miss out on all the huge boat show specials going on now. Mapleton Marine on Highway 22 in Mapleton and mapletonmarine.com. After all, life is better on a boat.
And we go to the 6th inning, and it is Carter Miller going out for another inning of work. 72 pitches through 5. And he had a 1-2-3 inning last inning, so if he can do that again, he might get a complete game out of the deal. 8-2, Albert Lee leads here through 5 innings. And Red Wing in the 6th will send Mitch Seeley, Tyler Rogers, and Aiden Borgen, the 6, 7, 8 hitters, to the plate to face Miller. Carter with 3 strikeouts and a walk, and he has scattered the couple of runs. Actually got the 2 runs in the 2nd inning, they did, and he has shut them down since then. Good defense has helped his cause. And here's the first pitch to leadoff batter Mitch Seeley, and it is low for a ball, 1-0. A ball and no strikes, and the delivery swung on and bounced to short. And the long throw for Jellinger. It skips in, and ball had it, but they call him safe. Safe at first on an infield single for Seeley. Had some speed. That was deep to short. It was hit solidly. Jellinger came up with it after a couple of bounces, and he whaled it over to ball at first, but Trevor scooped it, but safe at first was Seeley. Now Tyler Rogers. No, they got Jorgen Olvenus in, pinch hitting for Rogers, who was 0 for 2. Flew out to right and out pitcher to first in the 2nd. So Jorgen is in. Now they're talking to Seeley. They take him out for a pinch runner. He may have injured himself a bit. Running to first. It looks like he's laboring a little bit over there. So we'll see who they put in. Looks like Aiden O'Brien, number 11. Yep. Aiden is a junior. He will take a jog down the baseline and get his legs warmed up to pinch run. So a pinch runner and a pinch batter. Jorgen Olvenus is at the plate with nobody out and one on here in the top of the 6th. And Carter Miller, lefty, looks over to the runner at first and delivers home. That is lifted to right, and coming in to make the catch out there is Caden Jensen. And back to first scampers O'Brien. And there's out number 1, a fly to right field. Aiden Borgen is scheduled. He will bat.
Third baseman, Aiden Borgen.
And Borgen has a sacrifice RBI, sacrifice fly to left in the 2nd inning. And then he singled in the 4th. 1 down, 1 on, top of the 6th for Red Wing. Although Albert Lee leads 8-2. Here's the pitch from Miller. Swung on and missed. And they throw down to first. Back in safely is O'Brien. And the count is 1-0 to Borgen. 1-1 to Borgen. Here's the delivery. Curveball curves too low, and it's 2-1. And Miller has that slow curve. Change speeds like that can be advantageous if you can get him to swing at it. There's a foul back behind home and out of play. So it's 2-2 to Borgen. I stand corrected. He's the other senior. They have 2 seniors in the lineup. Petersmeyer and Borgen are the only seniors on the Red Wing squad. Here's the 2-2. And a called third strike. Borgen cannot believe it, but neither could all the other guys who struck out for Red Wing. That's 4 for Carter on the evening. First out here in the, no, it's second out. There's a fly tonight. Fly to right, so 2 down. And runner on first for Reed Hartman, who was pinch hitting for Kaler. Kaler walked and grounded out to the pitcher in his 2 plate appearances. So Hartman gets pinch hit duty with a runner at first and 2 down. He swings and fouls one, so a strike. Is it 0-2? Yeah, 0-2. Scoreboard operator fell asleep. It's still 0-0 on the scoreboard. Hello, get off your phone. It's 0-2. Slater, the other offensive tackle, went just before the Vikings pick to San Diego. So those top 2 offensive linemen are gone. I bet they go defense now. Although, is there still a quarterback left? Yeah, there is one of those 5. Oh, Mac Jones is still there. Everybody thought San Francisco was going to take him, but they got Trey, what's-his-face, out of North Dakota State. And another foul, 1 and 2 now to pinch hitter Hartman in the 9 spot for Kaler. 2 down, runner on first. And that is pinch runner Aiden O'Brien at first. The 1-2 from Miller is popped straight up right here. It's going to hit my window. Oh, no, just shy of it. Cody didn't chase after that one, Yokel. I think he just lost it. It was up there pretty high, and he probably just lost sight of it. So it stays 1-2. Vikings are on the clock. At the draft in Cleveland. I will bet you they take a defensive player. probably one of the edge rushers. Gets under the glove of third baseman Eggum and goes into left field. And Aaron runners on first and second now for Red Wing. As pinch runner O'Brien is now at second. And we'll call it a single for pinch hitter Reed Hartman. Still 2 down. Runners at first and second. 8-2 Alberley lead here in the top of the 6th from Hayek Field. And now the wind is dying quite a bit. Just kind of a flag hanging limp out there in center. Miller checks the runner at second. And he's going to throw it to second. Back safely is O'Brien. It's a 1-0 count to Deso Buck, the leadoff hitter. He grounded out to third. Skies one fouled on the first base side, and Ball has his bead on that one, and he grabs it to end the inning with no damage done. And so after, by the way, we had a strikeout there. I missed that one again. That's brought to you by Bleacher Sports Bar and Grill. They've got the great food, and today it's Taco Thursday with 2 tacos with chips and cheese sauce for $5.49. I believe it goes till 9. Oh, that might be just over now because that goes usually until 9 o'clock on the food deals. But they do have your libations and the NFL draft going on down there on South Broadway in Albert Lee. Like them on Facebook as well. So after 5.5, it's 8-2 Albert Lee with the Tigers coming to bat. And the scoreboard brought to you by State Farm Insurance agent Dave Klott. He's got investments in banking and insurance of all kinds at daveklott.net or call 373-2377 in the morning. Don't do it now. He won't care. He's got a life. So, as we head to the bottom of 6 here, and Red Wing now down to their last 3 outs when they get up to bat in the 7th. And who we got? Same guy? Is that, yeah, it's Petersmeyer. Evan Petersmeyer with 3 strikeouts and 1 walk in the game. Vikings traded their pick to the Jets. I don't have particulars on it, how far down they go, but the Jets are now on the clock. As Minnesota believing they can get a good player farther down, and probably ended up picking up a second-round pick, which they lacked. I hope. We'll see. First batter up here in the 6th for Albert Lee is Cam Davis. He has struck out, singled, doubled, and walked. No, he didn't walk. I lied. It's the double, the single, the strikeout. And he sends one on the ground to second, and that is in time to first to get Davis out with out number 1 here in the 6th. Cody Yokel coming up, the senior catcher. Struck out his last time up. He's walked twice as well. And he scored also in that 6-run 4th inning. Ball 1 to Cody. Now the 1-0 pitch. He swings and sends one in the air to right. Right fielder angling for it and catches it, falling out. That was an ice cream cone there. Look what I found. On a fly to right field for out number 2. And Ethan Ball, senior DH, with a strikeout, a walk, and reached on a fielder's choice. He scored twice in the game. No RBIs tonight, but Ethan in the 8th spot takes ball 1. So far, a quick bottom of the 6th with 2 up and 2 down for Albert Lee, but it's a swing and a miss for Ball to go 1-1. 2 down, nobody on here in the 6th. but they lead 8-2. And the pitch is a strike. 1-2 to Ethan. Should he reach, it's Henry Eggum on deck, the 9-hitter. That's ball 2, 2-2. Two and two with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th for Albert Lee. And that's inside for a ball, 3-2. And he walked him. A 3-2 pitch that ended up being a walk for Ethan. That's his second walk of the night, and the second given up by Petersmeyer. Henry Eggum now up with 1 on and 2 outs. Henry has a single and a strikeout and a pop up to first, or pop out to first. And he swings and misses at the first offering for strike 1. Here's the delivery. Swung on and hit to short. Slow roller and picked up there, and the throw across is in time to get Henry for the 3rd out on a 6-3 put out. And we're down to 3 outs for the ball game here as we head to the 7th. And it's 8-2 Albert Lee, and the scoreboard brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agent Dave Claude at 106 South Broadway. And you can call him at 373-2377 for all your insurance needs.
It's boat show time again, and this year things will look a little different. Hi, this is Josh with Mapleton Marine, and due to the pandemic and COVID restrictions, our annual boat show featuring Crestliner and Sanger boats, South Bay pontoons, and Hewitt and Pure Pleasure docks and lifts will not be happening this year. We are open and ready for business in Mapleton and ready to help you with your summer social distancing. Come see us in Mapleton and don't miss out on all the huge boat show specials going on now. Mapleton Marine on Highway 22 in Mapleton and mapletonmarine.com. After all, life is better on a boat.
Doesn't the smell of spring earth lift your heart just a little bit? Or maybe you've noticed the tree branches are starting to swell and there's little tufts of green grass showing through. This is Mary, and if you need an excuse to play in the dirt, call the Albertley Seed House Garden Center, where our knowledgeable staff can help you get growing. Seed potatoes and onion sets are in, as well as grass, vegetable, and flower seed. Albertley Seed House Garden Center, 507-377-2372. Dirty hands, dirty knees, cleansed soul.
Are you thinking ahead to next year? Thinking about a new boat to enjoy during upcoming summers? Then stop what you're doing right now and head over to mapletonmarine.com and check out the Sanger line of boats, specializing in an adrenaline rush for fun, water skiing, surfboarding, and wakeboarding. This line is sleek and powerful, providing you with excellent pull. What are you waiting for? Check them out now at Mapleton Marine on Highway 22 South and mapletonmarine.com. After all, life is better on a boat.
Caden Jensen coming into pitch in the 7th for Albert Lee. And 3 outs left, 8-2, Albert Lee leads. Jensen's first pitch is low for a ball. No, he strike call. 2 strikes now. And he delivers. That is hit down the first baseline. That's fair. That's going to roll into the corner, and he's going to get a double out of that one as the throw comes in. And he's safe at second. Is Reese Tripp. Well, let's not have a big rally here, guys. It's 8-2 Albert Lee. Runner on second, nobody out, and Drew Ball is up. Well, the Vikings traded down to number 23 in the first round with the Jets, and the Jets picked up the offensive guard Elijah Vera Tucker in the Vikings' old spot. Now New England's on the clock. They'll probably take that 5th quarterback. Here's the pitch, and that is dribbled up the middle, and it's going to be trouble. Safe at first, I believe. Close play. Closer than I thought it would be. But the runner moves on to third. That's a trip. And safely at first, drew ball. So runners at the corners with nobody out, and Evan Petersmeyer is up. Going to bat left-handed. Struck out twice right-handed. Might as well give left-handed a try. And here's the pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Caden Jensen on the hill now, relieving Carter Miller, who went 6 complete. Struck out 4, walked 1. Good job for Carter. That one's fouled back behind the plate for strike 2. Cooper Chandler due up next. He's the one who retrieved that foul ball. Here's the 0-2 to Petersmeyer. That's outside for a ball. 1-2. Well, I might get home for the Vikings pick. Who'd have thought? I still didn't see what they get. A second round or two? Or they? I don't know what the trade details was. Okay. 1-2 to Petersmeyer here with nobody out. Runners on first and third. That one's a shot to shortstop, and Jellinger caught it through to third, but it got away from third baseman. Nobody advanced, though, luckily enough. So still first and third, now with one out. As that was a liner to short for out number 1 for Petersmeyer. Cooper Chandler up now. He grounded out, second to first. Also popped one out to first base and singled and scored way back in the second. And the only 2 runs for Red Wings so far happened in that second inning. Albert Lee scored 6 in the 4th and 2 in the 5th to break it open. But now Red Wings threatening again, first and third with 1 out. And Chandler, they're going to call a balk. That will score a run. As Jensen was trying to go from going home to maybe faking a throw somewhere, but he got caught moving too far towards home. And once you start your delivery, you can't be changing it, I guess. So he balks and scores a run there, and the runner from first to second is Ball. Tripp comes in to make it 8-3. Still 1 out. Runner at second for Chandler. He fouls another one. It's 0-2. Aiden O'Brien is on deck. He'll pinch hit for Seeley. He pinch ran for Seeley. I think Seeley hurt himself, and he's out for the night. It wasn't serious, but he was not feeling too well after he ran down the first base line safely in the last inning. Here's the 1-2 count to Chandler. Right down the first baseline. Ball fielded. He bobbles it, and he's going to have to throw it to Jensen, the pitcher, covering for out number 2. Yeah, it wasn't pretty, but they got it done on a 1-3 put out for out number 2, and down to third scampers Ball. So a runner at third with 2 outs, and it'll be Aiden O'Brien. The last hope for the Wingers. Jensen throws one in there, swing and a miss for O'Brien. Strike 1. Mac Jones does go to New England Patriots, the 5th quarterback on 15 picks. Well, he had 3 of the top 3 picks were quarterbacks. It doesn't take long to get to 5. That one pops out of Yokel's glove, but not too far away, so no advancement from third for Ball. And it's quickly 0-2 to Aiden O'Brien. Now down to their last strike are the Wingers, trailing 8-3. And that's a ball, 1-2. As Jensen has come in here in the 7th. And then run scored. He's got a guy on third here, but 2 outs and he can end it. There's a foul ball out of play. Still 1-2. 8 more picks till the Vikings get to choose now. Time is called. It's 1-2, 2 outs, top of 7. Albert Lee up 8-3. Runner on third for Red Wing. But again, 2 outs. And pinch hitter Aiden O'Brien is up, the junior. He swings and misses, and the game is over. And that strikeout brought to you by Bleachers Sports Bar and Grill. No more food tonight, but they do have great food every night of the week. And they have those great breakfasts on the weekends, too. You should check those out. But I'm sure they have the NFL draft on, so you can get on down there and watch the Vikings pick. Hopefully, get it done before they close. It's dragging on because they went down 9 spots with their trade with the Jets. But Bleachers stands by for all kinds of fun for you down there on South Broadway in Albert Lee. And the final here, 8-3. Scoreboard brought to you by State Farm Insurance Agent Dave Klott in Albert Lee, 373-2377 at 106 South Broadway. And thanks to all of our sponsors on the Spot Appliance Service, Albert Lee Seed House Garden Center, Thompson Sanitation, Geneva Lumber Company, Mapleton Marine, Becker Auto and RV in Hayward, Freeborn County Solid Waste, Derek's Preferred Auto, Northbridge Mall, T&W Towing, Bleachers Sports Bar and Grill, and State Farm Insurance Agent Dave Klott. Thanks to Reggie Bauer working the cameras here as we wrap it up here. 8-3, Albert Lee. When they've won 5 in a row now, moving up the standings. I'm Jay Paul. Talk to you in the morning on Power 96.